Yeah, look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves? Yeah, I just hit a Mikey for the juice. Yeah, ain't no capping, I'ma tell the truth. I've been winning for so long, it's hard to lose. Yeah, Dior, be my source, Christian like Dior. Yeah, I can't start when I'm far, just get back up. Yeah, I've been quiet all along on my TP toes.
In December 2022, we set sail to have the time of our life on our first ever cruise. It was a 5-day, 4-night cruise to the Bahamas on the Carnival Freedom. Everything was phenomenal. The staff.
Omar, guys, I want to shout out Omar.
Food.
You went happy on the mustard.
A little too happy on the mustard, that's for sure. Activities. Shows. Excursions. And the time that we were able to spend together all made the vacation something to remember.
You made me cry.
We are excited to share all of those experiences with you, but first...
Down, they just think they are. Another little wannabe gangster trying to play hard.
We have to go back to how this all started. You see, about 3 years ago, we sat down as a couple to decide what we wanted our lives to look like. Both of our children are grown and out of the house, and as empty nesters, we thought it was a great time for us to consider what we wanted to do with our lives and what that was going to look like. Kicked around a few thoughts about what type of work we wanted to do or what kind of jobs we would pursue, and finally, we noticed that there was one overarching idea that sparked our imagination, excitement, and curiosity like nothing else. And that thing we wanted to do was travel. So, with that part of our lives figured out, we set out on a journey to define what that would look like, where we would go, and how we were going to do it, even how we were going to afford it. As the year drew to a close, we identified a simple way for our travel journeys to begin. We were going to book a cruise. It made sense after all because we live in Florida. Port Canaveral, which is a huge cruise ship port, is just about a short drive from the home, and it gave us plenty of choices on our destinations, types of cruises, and lengths of trips. So we just thought we had it all worked out. We're about to book our first cruise, step into our new life, when the unthinkable happened. COVID hit the US. Everything went into lockdown, especially the entire cruise industry. So over the next 2 years, while the world waited to see if we would ever get back to normal, we kind of lost sight of our dream plans, focusing more on the daily grind that is life. We focused on our work, and we waited and waited and waited until finally worldwide travel started to open up again. And although we hesitated for a while, but our desire for travel and adventure never diminished. So we tried to appease this need by doing some local domestic travel here and there.
Oh, it says clear water, honey. That's
Clearwater Beach. And then in early 2022, we decided it was time to get back on our plan to try cruising. So with our renewed focus, we sat down to make it a reality. Polly extended an invitation to her mother to join us, as she always dreamed about going on a cruise. And we did it. The cruise was booked and we were all set to go to the Bahamas on a Carnival Freedom, leaving in September of 2022. But then we suffer another setback. While getting dental work done in Turkey, Polly gets an infection that spreads to her bone. Days in the hospital and some back and forth with the infectious disease doctor and oral surgeons, is determined that she requires a PICC line implanted in her arm to pump her full of antibiotics.
got it in, guys. Got a pick in. It called a pick, right?
Yep, P-I-C-C.
P-I-C-T.
C.
T.
P-I-C-C.
or PICC.
Peripherally inserted central catheter.
There you go. Yeah, guys. So there you go.
This needed to last at least 4 weeks, maybe even longer. So that pushed us right up against the planned dates for our cruise. So with the safety in mind, not knowing how long this process was going to continue, we faced another dilemma. Do we keep the cruise schedule and hope that it all works out? Or do we postpone our plans once again? And so we decided to postpone once again. Called our travel agency and entertained our options and managed to move the cruise from September to December with the same exact itinerary. And so the months went by, her health improved, and finally December 2022, with just a few days before our departure, Mom comes into town, and then Polly gets really sick, and over the next 2 days she starts having trouble breathing. Thinking it may be COVID, with the thoughts of having to postpone our cruise once again lingering in our minds, we did the responsible thing, went to the urgent care center the day before our cruise was supposed to leave, and fortunately it wasn't COVID. She was given some antibiotics and a weird contraption thing to help her breathe, and she immediately started feeling better, and for the sake of not deferring our trip anymore, we decided to move ahead with our plans. Then, this happened. I got this weird thing happening to my eye. So, a short telehealth visit with a physician, and I get a prescription for some kind of gel to put on the eye, and we turn our attention to packing. As we drove to the Port Authority, trouble loomed with bad weather and tornado warnings. But we pressed on and we made it to the ship. And from that point on, we decided we were going to go ahead and let loose and have the time of our life. And that's exactly what we did. From the moment we got to the port to board the ship, we were determined to take in every moment. And after a brief safety presentation, we were able to check into our rooms, an inside suite for Mom, and an outside suite with a balcony for us. The rooms were cozy, and we definitely enjoyed our balcony throughout the trip. Cruises are known for their food, and it lived up to the hype. There are plenty of places to eat, from the buffet style breakfast, lunch and dinner, to the more formal dinner nights, to casual burgers and pizzas. And with all that food, I think we really enjoyed the burgers the most for some reason. During the day, we enjoyed some excursions, making 2 stops, one in Nassau, Bahamas, where we took some time to walk the streets and soak in some of the Caribbean vibes from the locals. We were surprised to see these high-end shops in the center of town, in the middle of the local stores and souvenir shops, so we took a few minutes to explore it. The second day was a stop at Princess Cays. It's a private island owned by Carnival, and it was amazing to see how well they managed the thousands of people that were going back and forth on the ferries between the cruise ship and the island. Let me tell you, the staff and the crew that handled all of that, phenomenal job, guys. Princess Cays is a beautiful island with white sand beaches, so we had to take advantage of the moment for some Instagram-worthy shots and those fashion photos to showcase the latest collection of kimonos at Shop Pollys World. We had a slight snafu when I busted my big toe on some of the rocks, but we got patched up at the first aid office and continue on to check out the island and, of course, take a dip into the ocean. The nights were packed with a plethora of shows and activities, and it seems like we did more in 4 days than we typically do in months. We checked out the comedy show, Deal or No Deal, Love and Marriage, an 80s pop show, and another Vegas-style show paying tribute to all the piano hits. I can honestly say that these performers are very talented, and the shows were beautifully produced and choreographed. The rest of our time was spent between taking advantage of all the amenities on board, like the spa and sauna, combined with the plethora of entertainment options like basketball, mini golf, deck parties, and live performances in the atrium. Best of all, we were able to spend some good quality time together, enjoying some beautiful scenery, and just disconnected from the rest of the world for a little bit and spent some time soaking in the moment. By the time the trip was over, we were rested, refreshed, and connected. I can't forget to acknowledge the hard work and amazing service provided by the cast and the crew, our servers at the restaurant, our room attendants who did not disappoint with the trademark towel creations in our room every day, all the way to the cooks and guest services attendants. They all made the experience 10 times better than we ever expected. I am so grateful that we stuck with it and did not compromise on our dreams. If there is one thing that you could take away, is to never give up. If you have a dream, don't let the distractions and adversities force you to compromise on your passion. Keep sight of what you want. We waited 2 years to finally take this cruise that we promised ourselves. And we did it.
So guys, it's come to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was lovely bringing it for you guys. I do my best all the time to bring that good, juicy, meaty content here on my channel. Don't forget, as per usual, go like, comment, and subscribe. Shoot up in the comment section for your girls. And follow us at Style Pollyanna down below. It's on Instagram and TikTok. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
See the summer on you, you see all the bread, and I know it make you wonder, don't you? Ooh, I ain't surprised at all. Seen them rise and fall.